Okay, good evening everybody and welcome back to Press Play. I'm your host JJ48 and tonight we are continuing with Zelda Wind Waker. And I think we're going to be... we still have a few more Triforce pieces to get and a couple other things to do in the kind of side quest things, which we'll hopefully be getting to tonight. But first, let's check out figurines for the Forest Haven. We can see there's quite a few of them, most of them being Koroks though, which isn't too much of a surprise, but it does kind of let us see the variety in the Koroks when they're all side by side here. So let's start with Makar. Birthplace, the Forest Haven. His personality is frivolous. Makar is in charge of the musical performance at the ceremony held each year by the Koroks in the Forest Haven. The instrument he uses appears to be a cello, but it is actually a violin. Okay, so I guess that's kind of poking fun at how small he is, that he's using a violin, but it appears as a cello. And of course he's front and center because he's the sage. So behind him we have the Deku tree, and interestingly enough we can't actually... the game won't actually let us zoom out and get to the top of the model when we're in the close view. The Deku Tree was born in the Forest Haven. The Deku Tree is both an earth spirit and the guardian of the forest. He has lived for many long years, so his wisdom is vast. However, since his roots run deep into the earth, he cannot move. As a result, he is often afflicted by parasitic enemies. So this is a reference to both, I believe in this game when we encountered the Deku Tree, he was covered with choo-choos that we had to kind of help him dispose of. And it's also referencing Ocarina of Time, which this is not the same Great Deku Tree since that Great Deku Tree died, but you might recall at the beginning of the game we went inside him and had to fight Goma, who was a parasite that had been afflicting him. So, it seems to kind of run in the family there. This was Fado, birthplace Kokiri Forest. His personality is somewhat saucy, which I don't know about you, but when I had questions about Fado, the Sage of Wind, those questions did not include how saucy is his personality. But long, long ago, the Kokiri sage Fado offered up his prayers in the Wind Temple so that the Master Sword could continue to house the power to repel evil. It's even more interesting that it brings up his personality like that when there's no real personal details about him or anything about any of the fun little facts. It's just, hey, this is Fado, he did what a Wind Sage does. Although here we can see, since of course the sages have the same instruments as their former counterparts, here we can see that the instrument is in fact a violin instead of a cello. Which would also account for why Makar, he doesn't have a violin his size, because it's the same instrument that Fado played. So, although I noticed, I can't help but notice, even though the instruments may be the same, Fado's bow is quite different. He's got a weird, it's a stick that seems like it's been painted and finished and everything with that purple finish, and then Makar has this stick that, it's a little reddish, but it looks much more like a natural stick that's just been smoothed out. So that might also be something related to the Kokiri culture transforming into the Korok culture. Interestingly enough, also Fado says his birthplace was the Kokiri forest, which doesn't actually exist anymore, I guess becoming the Forest Haven. Okay, This is Elma, one of the Korok forest spirits. After the annual ceremony in the Forest Haven, Elma flies off to a distant part of the world to sow tree seeds and raise new patches of forest. He is responsible for the forest on an island 5 squares west and 1 square north of the Forest Haven. Okay, one of the Korok forest spirits. This is Hollow. Even after the Korok ceremony, Hollow remains in the Forest Haven researching potion making. He'll make a potion that replenishes both life energy and magic power for you if you bring him Bokubaba seeds. Onjala, Manjala, Cho Wei. I guess those must be the magic words that he uses when making a potion. I don't think we've actually seen him make a potion. If we have, I've forgotten about it. Okay, so carrying different plants as well, as in addition to having different leaf shapes. Olivio, one of the Korok forest spirits. After the annual ceremony in the Forest Haven, Olivio flies off to a distant part of the world to sow tree seeds and raise new patches of forest. He's responsible for the forest on an island 1 square west and 3 squares north of the Forest Haven. Now, if this trend continues, this is actually a little disappointing, I think, that so far the 2 Koroks who have been attending trees have had the exact same description, just pointing to different islands. Nothing about their personality or nothing to no little funny tidbits about them. You know, like this one gets teased by the others because of some hilarious incident that happened years ago. Urch, one of the Korok forest spirits. Okay, yep, he flies off to a distant part of the world to raise new patches of forest, and 3 squares west of the forest. It's particularly disappointing because, keep in mind, in order to get these figurines, I had to take pictures of all these guys. So I had to visit their island, and I might not remember that, Roan was the one who was 4 squares west and 4 squares north, but I have been to his island before. I remember that he's on one of the islands, and I do know that one of the islands is 4 squares west and 4 squares north. So I had not read through these before. I was kind of hoping to go through them and find out little tidbits about each one. This is Drona. His plant that he's holding on kind of looks like bamboo shoots, I think. Except it doesn't have like knobs on it. But I like his mask. It almost looks like he has a mustache. So. Linder. Okay. Aldo. Oaken. Also, I'm not sure if it's intentional. I'm not sure how intentional it was they do this, but one result of kind of the copy and paste of the descriptions is, I think as far as I saw, all of the Korok spirits are male. And from the masks alone, you don't really. I might guess that guy was male just because, again, his mask looks like a mustache, but there's nothing really indicating that until we actually read the description and it says, oh, he's responsible for this, he's responsible for this. Which is kind of curious because the Kokiri, we had both boys and girls, and wonder, is that something happened to the females, or is it just as part of their society? Maybe they're split up or something. Hope we don't have an Ent and Entwife situation. Okay, I think we've already looked at these two, but just so that we have something else to read. Karlov the Sculptor, We don't know where he was born, but he's the Nintendo Gallery master. With unmatched talent, he is the world's greatest sculptor. It's said the reason he won't let anyone watch him sculpt is because he does it in his underwear. Lately, his club has been losing membership because he hasn't done anything cool with it, but as long as JJ48 hangs around, everything will be alright. And assuming that these descriptions were added by him when he sculpted the figurines, that kind of means that that's a little personal shout out to us. And then Manny was born on Windfall Island. His favorite thing is figurines. He used to always sit at home and rarely go outside, but his passion for the Nintendo Gallery kept him moving, and he finally earned membership in it. And then, ironically enough, he stays in the Nintendo Gallery all the time and rarely goes outside. Excuse me. Okay, so all in all, have to say I was a little disappointed by that grouping. Had 8 Korok spirits that all have exactly the same description. So, okay. Last week we had collected the money to be able to get the last 2 Triforce Shards. Go to the boat. Get the last 2 Triforce Shards translated. And so we will head to Tingle Island. Oh, and I'm sorry, I just realized I have not updated the stream information. Let me get to the safety of the island, and then I'll do that. I'm trying to sail into the wind. Not very successful. Unfortunately, the shark is, I guess, figuring, it's no fun if he's just sitting there. Okay, so. There's that. And then I'm going to temporarily mute the PC audio so I don't get feedback here. Okay, and here we go. There we go. That should update the stream information, hopefully. Sorry if there was any confusion there. And make sure I unmute the game audio. I should be able to hear it now. Yep, nope, don't want to play, just want to get a chart translated, Tingle. Yes, please. I wonder, is the confetti absolutely necessary for translating the charts? I don't see how it could be, but I guess I'm not the master, so I can't actually prove that it's not. I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna have to go back and look. Did Tingle have a... Tingle's wearing a necklace or a pendant with a clock on it. I wonder if he was dressed that way in Majora's Mask, or if not, then I bet that's just a reference to Majora's Mask in itself, in addition to Tingle himself being a reference. But okay, let me just tell us about that. Okay. So, so we can open up our charts. It's an impressive backflip that Tingle does. Yeah, especially considering he's already in his mid-30s. That's you know, you'd think he would start to be getting a bit less flexible, but okay. So we have this island, and then okay. Did we? So just now noticing, on the right-hand side there, we're showing like Heart Piece, Rockspire Island, Rupees, Mother and Child Isle. Okay, Triforce Piece, Gale Isle, or Triforce, Crescent Moon Isle. I'm not sure if that's showing what we've received there, or if that's showing stuff that's still there. Because if those are Triforce pieces, if it's saying that you can find Triforce pieces there, we've already gotten Triforce pieces from a lot of those. Okay, but let's see. Let's find this isle. Now it's going to be a Forsaken Fortress. That looks like it is 7-star Isles. Well, I was going to say if they're going with 7 stars, it's disappointing that they didn't do like the Big Dipper or something, but looking at it, it is kind of dipper shaped. The top part there being the bowl of the dipper, and then the bottom 3 stars forming the handle. So okay, good. They anticipated my complaint and yeah, before I even had a chance to voice it. So head up there. Over on the Tingle Tuner, when we warp out of the place, you can see the Link sprite, the Link icon spinning around. Or rather, I think it's King of Red Lions, the boat's icon, but. Yeah, so 7-star Isles does not have a Triforce symbol on it. So let's see, once we pick up the Triforce, if we end up getting a Triforce symbol on that. I forget if the islands that Triforce was showing up on are places where we picked up a Triforce, or if they're ones where we picked up a Triforce map. Style from Tingle Tower? Not sure if I realized that. So again, we're going to want to... We've got 2 enemy ships here. We're probably going to want to take them out before we worry about going for the Triforce piece. Especially since they're actually almost right on top of the Triforce piece. Explosion, so I think our first bomb actually hit one of his bombs in midair. Before we do that, let's take this bird. There we go. Right, we got bottom right corner of the Triforce. Just one more piece, which I think is going to be the very top piece. Let's find out where. Oh, yep. See, now there's a Triforce piece for this island. Okay, so that would seem to indicate. Okay, when we pick this up, I guess it's saying you've picked up like the big treasure of the island or something. Okay, that might help a little bit later when we're wanting to do cleanup, because I'm guessing that most of these. That probably every island has something to it that's maybe not the major islands, because those would have items and things, but that all the minor islands are going to have like either a bunch of rupees or a Triforce piece or a heart container or something. And this will help us get those. If we go to an island that doesn't seem to have, that doesn't have any indicator on it, hey, we probably haven't visited that island and gotten the treasure from it. Don't know, that could lead to us getting a whole bunch of, so let me find out where we're going. That could lead to us going to a bunch of islands and looking around for a long time and never finding anything because there's just nothing there. but it's something we'll keep in mind. Okay, so this is going to be one of the dice islands. So I don't think it's that one because those dots look too close together. I think we would see the second dot if it was that one. 2 should go the same way as 3, so I'm thinking this has to be either 5 or 4. Okay, there's 5. Could be. I'm not sure if we'd be seeing the... middle dot or not. Have we found 4 yet? Oh, there is 2i. It is different. I figured it would go from the bottom left to the upper right because that's the way 3 did. I think of the two, I think 2i reef looks more promising. Just because of the large gap between the dots. Pips, I guess. We'll try it. I guess it'll be pretty easy to determine because all we have to do is get in the right area and see if we appear on the map. In fact, we might even be able to do that. Might even be able to do that from outside the reef and not have to sail inside until we determine it. I think we can see a little bit of the outside on the Triforce chart. Right towards the entrance, so it's fairly open in there. And I looked for on the Tingle Tuner, I tried to find out what those little Triforce pieces are on there, and I have to say I could not find anything. The Tingle Tuner, especially, I don't know how much it exists in the HD version, but at least for the GameCube version, there is not a lot of information on the Tingle Tuner. And if I recall, this game came out in 2003. Oh boy, you are very close, aren't you? So let's see, are we... Alright, this is the right one. Good. Just gonna get over to the other side of this pip. Dude, I'm trying to do some salvage work here, and I keep on trying to correct which side it's on and failing because the camera's looking directly at our ship, but the controls for whether you want to throw it out the port side or starboard side stay the same regardless. So alright, now we've got the last Triforce Shard. We found the last shard. Fused together, all 8 form the Triforce of Courage. Alright. Well done. With the shards you have collected, the Triforce of Courage is now complete at last. We must make for Hyrule, quickly. Okay, and we will, but first, we have a lot of stuff to do just out in the world at large, so. Ganon's waited this long, he can wait a little longer to be defeated. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to try to help the Koroks with their plants. And so, as I recall, and hopefully I'm correct about this, but what that's going to entail is we need to we're going to need to collect some water from the forest haven here. Some spring water from actually inside, not this. Not this disgusting slop out here. I guess I could try to pick up some water here and see if it's anything special, but I think we have to go inside to the actual haven itself, where the Deku tree is. Then we have to take the water to Koroks and sprinkle it on the saplings, and we have a limited amount of time to do that. Is this water good? Let's... I don't know if we tried it on stream, but I did try getting more of Grandma's soup, and we can only get it when we're, if we don't already have some, like she won't let us just stock up 4 jars with. Okay, yep, this is forest water. You can use it multiple times, but it loses its forest freshness after just 20 minutes. Okay, I was going to fill up like several bottles of forest water, but if it can be used multiple times, maybe we'll just go with this. And after that it becomes normal water. I don't know when that counter's counting, if it's like while we're paused, is it still counting down? When we're going through cutscenes, is it still counting down? So we're just gonna try to get to as many of the Koroks as we can in 20 minutes. Yep. Thank you, Tingle. I know about the chamber behind the waterfall. No, I'm not going to jump through it right now. Excuse me. Okay, so that's good. We can see on our... You can see on our map it made all of the leaf icons much more like bold and obvious. I'm assuming that happened when we actually picked up the water, because it's like, oh, now we'll highlight the places where you can take the water. And interestingly enough, I didn't see any indication of knowing how long. I mean, we know the water lasts 20 minutes, but like I don't see any way of knowing how much time we have left with it, which is a little bit odd in video games. Usually if you have a certain amount of time to do something, you'll either see a timer or you'll see some sort of visual or audio indicator. Maybe they figure because it's 20 minutes, it's you know, having a 20-minute timer on your screen when it might take you a while to get to the place might be irritating, and they don't want to have constant just beeps or anything. So. I know the path through this now because I had to come this way to get our Korok friend, to get his picture. It's a picture that didn't tell us anything about him. Not that I am still bitter about that. So. See if I do info. Oh, okay, there we go. If we open info on it, it'll tell us only 1731 left. Okay, and the fact that it hasn't gone down at all makes me think that maybe if we pause, it's actually pausing the timer as well. Right. Thank you very much, swordsman. You must find 7 more of my fellow Koroks. If you pour that forest water on all of our trees, then the trees will surely grow strong again. But remember, in just 1727, the forest water you have will turn into plain water, so hurry up and look for my fellow Koroks. I'm hoping that if it does turn back into water, that we can just continue on, you know, with the ones that we haven't gotten to yet, and not that it's like, oh, they've all withered because it turned back into normal water, and we have to do it all again until we get all 8 at once. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay, now there is a Korok here, but we can't warp directly to it because, remember, this is the Mother and Child Isles, that if we warp there, we'll end up inside the island, and the Korok is actually on the island outside. So I think what I'll do is I'll go here, then southeast, and then up to Tingle Isle and hit the 2 there. That seems. There's the. Southwest, I'm sorry. First we'll head northwest to get to this island, the Great Fish Isle. Thank you. 6 more. Okay, so 16 minutes left. Okay, that's right. This is Spire, like the Needle Spire Island. It's the one that had the flame chest that we were trying to figure out. Okay, don't worry, Tingle. He has a bad feeling, but we're not going to be staying in this square very long, because we're just passing through the corner on our way to this one. Here we go. Okay. About 15 minutes left, a little less than 15 minutes left. Sorry. I find it interesting that the trees become that very pale beige gray color, which I mean, I guess that's it's a perfectly valid color for tree bark. But considering how colorful they are when wilted, you would think they would stay that colorful, or at least stay colorful. The reddish purple isn't. I guess that's supposed to indicate that they're like poisoned or something, but honestly, it doesn't look like they're too bad other than wilted over. At least to me, maybe other people feel differently. Crying out loud. Nope, not you. Let's go ahead and take care of this shark. Our boomerang wants to come back to us. I think I'm going to see if anybody's uploaded to YouTube one of those 10-hour music loops of this music. So just when I set out on a long car ride, I can set that up and just have it playing the whole time. Feel more adventurous if I did that. west of the Forsaken Fortress, yeah. Waves around there are very high. As people stop going around that place, monsters begin to settle instead. Okay, so the Forsaken Fortress was not forsaken because it became a place of monsters. It was forsaken because it was dangerous, and then because it was forsaken, the monsters settled in. Interesting. I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't have any of the Triforce pieces in the Forsaken Fortress, because that would have been kind of might have been kind of an interesting little mini story of thinking that Ganon's forces had actually managed to recover, a single piece of the Triforce or something. Think of how much more adventurous it would seem, traveling 35 through a construction zone if you had this music playing. Well, maybe that wouldn't be such a good idea, because it might be a little bit of temptation to start hurling bombs at construction workers or something, which wouldn't be a good thing to do. Okay, star-shaped island in that area somewhere. Still, the waves look terribly high. Just making me look. Oh. Okay, I want to be able to use the Tingle Tuner to be able to get some more bait. Oh. Fishman, why are you swimming so close to the explosive barrel? Doesn't seem very smart. Let's chart information, please. Hopefully not burning too much time here. I hear that somewhere out in the wide world is a handy arrow that can freeze anything. Something like that, you could even freeze that nasty monster in the Forsaken Fortress. For a while, anyway. But then, what would you do with the frozen monster, you say? Good question, Fry. Well, I'd say you'd give that thing a whack and watch it shatter into teeny tiny pieces. I don't think I've tried that with like the moblins or dark nuts or anything, seeing if like freezing them can result in us being able to take them out quicker or something. It's not like we're exactly short on either arrows or magic most of the time. Oh, was I not close enough? Okay, there we go. Now we have a little cutscene. Okay, if its roots are so close that like it couldn't get the water the first time, I think you have some other problems besides it just being a little wilted. One good gust of wind will probably just rip that thing out by its roots. Spent a little over half the time. That's not bad. Let's go here and west, and then we'll go northeast. That seems to be the right island. It's interesting enough, like the map is laid out on a grid with one island per grid, but per grid square. But the island is not exactly in the center, so you can never tell until you look at your map. Like, am I heading towards an island that's on the more southern portion of its square, or the island one square down that's just on the northern side of its square? Many sightings of ships falling from the sky here. How odd. Ships falling from the sky in a game like this, my immediate thought is One Piece manga, but I don't know if I'm trying to remember if when One Piece started, and I don't know if they got to the right arc. Ships falling from the sky by the time this game came out. So, get 2 more. Okay, in 7 minutes, I think we could do that. I guess if the sea music were on a 10-hour loop, though, does that mean that there would be portions, maybe include the nightfall portions like this, where it would just be eerily quiet for half the time? I like the way that the Tower of the Gods just kind of dominates the skyline, no matter where you are in the surrounding islands. If you face south there, you'll see the Forest Haven. Folks fly on leaves there. That must be nice. The balloons I use keep getting popped. It's Mustache Guy. And, of course, this is our private island that our villa is on, so... 5 minutes left. Almost 6 minutes. We're doing fine. Can only be adventurous during the day with this music. Yeah, I guess at night you just have to kind of suffer in silence. I didn't even notice the leaves on the Koroks that we've already given water to turned a nice bright green on the map. So. I hadn't even noticed the leaves, both the wilted and the fresh ones, have 2 spots on them. I mean, that almost looks like a spade from cards there, but they have 2 spots on them. And well, I think that's not good. You're not going to make the ocean more wet. But the two spots on either side with the main vein in the middle almost makes it look like a face, like almost like the masks that the Koroks wear. Which is odd because I thought the leaves were supposed to be representing the trees because the Koroks aren't wilted, it's the trees that are wilted. But I think that's just showing its association with the Koroks. Or maybe the Koroks got the ideas for their masks from the odd patterns on the leaves from the trees that they harvest. You can sense the fairy's telepathy. Okay, Tingle is very excited that we are visiting a island with a fairy on it. But we're not going to be going to the fairy fountain. Sorry, Tingle. Well, actually, we just might, because if this uses up... We're not going to have any reason for water anymore, but I don't know if we can get rid of it until the 20 minutes are up. Oh. Okay, I was not expecting the trees to all grow like that. I wonder if that... Will that happen on... I'm assuming the heart piece is just a one-time thing, but I wonder if all the trees on all of the islands that we visited will be full-grown now. And we can still kind of see its face up there. How am I... The pattern makes it a little bit difficult to see. You can kind of see, okay, yeah, there its nose is curled up. You can see the 2 dots for its eyes. And it's hard to see the mouth because it's like a indentation rather than a separate pattern, but you can just sort of see the line where its mouth is down there. Okay. Swordsman, come see how healthy my forest tree has become. Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. Alright, good. I'm a little concerned about how big the tree is compared to the rest of the island. I don't know if the nutrients in the soil here are going to be able to support it, but... Look at that tree over there compared to this tree. This one is much skinnier, has many fewer leaves, and I guess being a palm tree, I don't know if being a palm tree has anything to do with it, but usually think of palm trees as growing, you know, near beaches and places like that. Like they seem like they'd be better suited for that. All right, what? I think now we should go try to get some treasure from charts. Because we're going to need some more rupees to do something else as well. Can also try to visit some islands that haven't been to and see if we can get some stuff there. So, okay, so this is treasure chart 8. Okay, it looks like that's going to be Western Fairy Island off the north coast there. And yeah, there's no... I'm also seeing these red circles on the map. I think those must be the places where we've picked up treasure. So, okay, so these might be marking our chart locations in places where we've you know, what's been in the charts that we've picked up. Okay. But we need to get to Western Fairy Island. So it's going to be Great Fish Isle, and northwest from there. Maybe we'll also go to the island north of it, since we haven't been there yet. So we'll see if there's anything on that island. One thing I noticed with the graphics here is, you know, of course the graphic style is very simple. There's no complexity, but I mean it's kind of a stylized, somewhat simplified version on like the characters and things, and bright, vibrant colors. So that actually really helps when you have some places being scary or dangerous, and we have some areas where it gets clouded over and stuff. The colors changing from this bright, vibrant, these rich colors to just being a little more subdued at times really enhances the change in feel. Places feel very different just based on those little changes. Forest water has become plain water. Okay, good. Alright. 100 rupees. That's the hatch that our bomb or grappling hook comes out of. So, okay, at first I thought it could kind of match the chest that we're pulling up, but it doesn't quite. I do notice that the King of Red Lion's head is gone. There it is. Maybe he was just ducking down to give us a good view. Next quest, I don't know exactly how many rupees we're going to need, but I know we're going to need a lot. I think we're going to need a lot, I guess. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to do a sort of mini quest on Windfall Island where we... This is 4i Reef. Okay, this is the one that we were looking for before. Unfortunately, it wasn't the one that we needed. But this is the one, this is the one, on Windfall Island we're going to go to, there's a bunch of like sprocket looking things all around the island, and those are places for decorations, specifically the statues and things that we got all of the, oh, somebody really doesn't want us being here. That we did all the merchant training for. So, what we're going to do is set up stuff all around the island. And I think there's something if we get statues and everything, then I think we get something, but we'll see what comes of it. Okay, 4i Reef. You've seen those weird rings of light that appear on the surface of the sea, haven't you, Small Fry? Did you know that some of those rings only appear at night? Didn't think so. That's all the info I've got to offer. Okay. You've been considerably less informative than some of your friends have been. Okay, there's the Triforce Shards. Now we're the treasure charts. Okay, so 9. It's gonna be Horseshoe Island. Okay. This thing about the colors of night here. At least here, when it's not storming, we're not in combat or anything, colors are more muted, but it's kind of like just a calmy, sleepy kind of muting of colors. It's not a this isn't a scary muting. We got sea hats, we got these little gunboats. Outset Island was said to be blessed by Furore, goddess of wind. That's actually a very interesting tidbit because, of course, Furore, the goddess of wind, is also she's also the goddess of courage, and Outset Island being that's our hometown, but it's also has the tradition of dressing up boys when they come of age as, you know, in clothing reminiscent of the hero of time, the older Link. So it's interesting that it's not just that, hey, here's some cultural tradition that's been passed down, but that they actually seem to have some connection to the goddess of time. Oh, right past it. Okay. You follow me all the way over here? Well, thank you for backing off before you bumped into me. I could have been kind of upset if you'd knocked me out when I was just about to get a chest. Okay, so now we're going for treasure chart 12, so this is going to be at the 5 pip. The 5-eye reef. Okay, so that's just northeast of us. It's gonna be up just north of the upper right pip. Okay, that should be pretty easy to find. This guy's gonna crash into us as soon as we're done playing this, but it's okay. I'll get the boomerang out and take care of him once we get back to the boat. Alright. There's the reef up ahead. It seems to me that the sailing on here actually does go by pretty quick once you know your way around. I'm kind of curious to try Wind Waker HD now to see. And I know I think, shrunk the overall size. I know they gave an upgraded sail that lets you sail faster. I think the size of the world's a little bit smaller. Probably not half the size, but like 10-20% smaller or something. So that and some other streamlining stuff, I imagine that game goes by much faster. Oh, that was not nice. I was trying to get that, and then they pulled it away from me just as I was almost there. Okay, this was an odd one. I feel like we've seen this before. Don't recall where. The perfect... So we have 7-Star Island and Starbelt Archipelago. We have several islands that are just flat-out constellations in the water. Okay, maybe we haven't seen this island. Okay. So we're going to need to do some exploration into the areas down here. Maybe we'll go ahead and try to get these last 4 spots taken care of, explored. That island way in the distance, or if it's this one slightly to the south. Okay, I think the one way in the distance is the Forest Haven, so it's probably this one. Forest Haven's big enough that we'd be able to see it from this far away. Seagulls are kind of in the way for me trying to see the island without. Appreciate the company, but it's... okay, there's an ice ring over there. I think this was the island we, did we come to this island? Or is that a different ice-covered island? Just thinking about it. It's possible we've come to this island before and just didn't have bait, but... or that we did have bait and I just forgot to use it. So Ice Ring Isle. Okay, yep, this is... we got either the power bracelets or either the power bracelets or the iron boots here. There's this amazing treasure inside that freezing ring of ice over there. Even if you wanted it and tried to get inside, you'd just be frozen solid as soon as you approach the shore. But if you go 4 squares north and 3 squares west, you'll find the power to melt any ice, no matter how cold. Search for it, small fry. Okay, so we've already been to this island. We just didn't have the, we just didn't actually have the chart information. But I don't think we've been to these 3 on the bottom edge. These are the last 3 we need information for, so let's go check them out. I think the tingle tuner system could be an interesting way to get another player involved. Okay, the angular isles are there. On the other hand, we'd have to be very careful because since we have stuff like being able to spend rupees on a lot of the helpful upgrades, if you had like either a younger sibling who like a lot younger and just wanted to press buttons, or someone who was older but wanted to just troll you a bit, they could just spend all your rupees. Sharks are there? As we go further south, we're getting into shark-infested waters. Okay, this I can see the marking in the distance of where the treasure chart thing lies, and these do indeed kind of look like the islands that were on the treasure chart that we were looking for. So. Chart information, please. Northeast of here is the Forest Haven. They say a truly unique kind of firefly is indigenous to that place. You heard of it, small fry? It emits bursts of light in 7 colors. Supposedly, it's as beautiful as a rainbow. If you want to capture one, though, you'd best have a bottle to keep it in. Telling us how to get the special firefly that is how we upgraded our Picto box to the deluxe Picto box, which could take pictures in color. This almost looks like a little Minecraft island. Pretty sure this was long before Minecraft, though, so I don't think there would have been direct inspiration there. Ooh, let's see what the chest is on top of the island. To see what's over there, because there's also a hole over there, and I think we can hookshot over to it. Okay, so we have to get up, and I think we have these blocks. Some of the blocks are different, so let's. Can't pull that all the way out, but I think I can climb up with that. And then, okay, that's too tall to climb, so I think we come over here and push this down. too bad. Just need to go back to the, wonder if we have enough blue chews, or blue chew jellies yet. Okay. 2 heart pieces in 1 island space. Good. I don't know if I'm gonna search out every last heart piece and maximize our life, but getting more is always good. Although we still haven't used most of our emergency fairies, so I don't know how necessary a lot of heart containers will be. Although, going against the final bosses, we might expect that they'll be a little tougher than ones we've already faced, so. Okay, I'm seeing these look like some giant creatures' mouths. Okay, and then we have a spot at the top where light beams cross. So I wonder if we'll be using our mirror shield there or something. A lot of space that we can pull stuff around. Seeing where I'm supposed to do with this puzzle.
Yeah.
If I can try to push it, is that gonna end up crushing me? It will. Okay, so don't do that. I see something we can do. If we instead come over to this side. Okay, that was a little too far. Okay. Now we can still pull this out, but we might be able to pull this one. Okay, I don't think I want to have these fall too much because it looks like if we want to stand in the, assuming we want to stand in this beam of light, so we don't want this top bit to fall. So let's see what's going to happen here. Okay, there's an invisible chest there. There are invisible chests at the other mouths. Okay, there we go. Don't see anything there. Can't really depress it too far, but don't see anything in those other mouths. Maybe we'll try going in there once we see what's in this chest. See if there's anything in there. Alright, another silver rupee. Oh, interesting. So going in the back there took us to another one of the mouths. Okay, going in the back there took us to this mouth. why that is.
Yep.
Don't... I don't see any reason for you need these other mouths. Unless the purpose is just to get you running around, so eventually you come to that mouth, see the invisible chest, and realize, like, oh, hey, I need to shine light at this, or I need to do something with it. What an odd puzzle. I mean, the puzzle itself wasn't odd, I guess, but the layout surrounding it is.
Yep.
Okay. Let's, get the last two islands here. Depending on how long the puzzles are on these islands, we'll either be able to get to them and end, or if they're really short, then we'll get to them and we'll get to them and begin heading back and getting Would you stop? People are always worried about, if they get shipwrecked or something, falling into shark-infested waters. I think every life raft should just, in its emergency survival kit, just include a boomerang. It seems to work wonders. It's a place where you sail for rupees, make money for more Tingle Tuner fun. Saw the fishman over here. Okay, so now these colors are getting a bit more intense and dangerous. Okay, the boating course. Quickly check, see if we have any treasure charts for this area. Let me ask you something, Fry. Have you been using R to make your boat jump? Well, have you? Of course, going out to sea just to jump around would be real dumb if you ask me. Anyway, what you can do is tilt, move your tiller just as you land. That's how you make a sharp turn. If you didn't know that, why don't you try it out? I happen to like sailing out to sea just to make the boat jump. Thank you very much. Might as well give this a try. Don't know if we'll be trying it enough to absolutely take first place or anything, but we'll... Hey, that's a pretty slick boat you got there, kiddo. So what do you say, kiddo? You want to play a boat game for 30 rupees? What do you say? Tell me the rules. Well, I ain't that good a talker, but here goes. Now listen up. The deal is you take your boat and sail over the barrels floating in the water and see how many rupees you can bring to the finish line within the time limit. There's two kinds of floating barrels you gotta watch out for. The ones that float on their sides and the ones that float upright. You can get the rupees above the barrels floating on their sides by just sailing right over the barrels. But if you run into the barrels floating upright in the water, they'll rough you up. You know you can press R to jump your boat, right? Yeah, well, to get the rupees over the upright barrels, you gotta jump with R. It's the only way. Barrels get placed out there based on which way the wind's blowing. So watch that wind gauge behind your boat real careful like. Oh, and one more thing. If time runs out before you finish, you lose. So watch the timer too, will ya? Them's the rules. What do you say? Want to give it a shot? Sure, we'll try it out once, at least. Four minutes. Pretty much always have a tailwind. Missed one, and then we ran into the boat, into the barrel. Missed another one. Missed another one. I'm not trying to get a perfect score, I'm just trying to decent score. I've already got 80 rupees, it's not bad. Because I don't know. I have no idea what our target is. But I'm not going to like that. It seems like the whole way around the wind was automatically changing. So that was good. Okay, 137 rupees. So is it just however many rupees I got we win, or? Oh, way to be. Alrighty then, here's your 137 rupees you collected as I promised. They're all yours. Enjoy, kiddo. Looks like you made a fortune. Come back and do it again sometime. Okay, so maybe there's something like you get a heart piece if you collect all of them or something, but it seems like that's mainly just get more rupees, which, okay, not bad. So let's go explore the final island. Before we do that, sorry, I should check to see if we have any sea charts for this area before we run off. Okay, so now. Nope. No. Nope. Nope. No. Okay. So there might be sea charts for this area, but if there are, we don't have them yet. So. Chart information about the island. Can't handle rumors that the ghost ship has been sighted there. Way too scary. So this is one of the places the ghost ship can show up, I guess. like a lot of these rocks the birds like to nest on. Our Tingle Tuner is showing us a lot of enemies up on those rocks. Right, yes, please finish our sea chart. Okay, 5-star Isles. Okay, this is that Cassiopeia that looks like the W. I think so. I think that's essentially the constellation Cassiopeia. So have you seen it, Small Fry, the ghost ship? Because it's real. It's even been seen here in these very waters. On nights when the crescent moon faces down, that's when horror rises. Okay, so let's see if any of these, any of our sea charts match this. No. Nope, don't see any of them matching this island. Okay, so we still have a few sea charts left, but let's go start decorating Windfall Island. We should have enough rupees to at least start, and then we'll go see. It'll also give us an idea of how many rupees we need to collect. If it's a lot more, I might even do that off stream. Just run around collecting some rupees. Okay, nope, I don't quite have enough blue chew jelly to turn in, because I need 15. Wait, let's see if I have enough joy pendants, see if there's anything else that the teacher lady will give while we're here. Nope, that is not the school. Yeah, these things. Place a decorative object here. Sincere good wishes will soon cover the town in pure joy. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working on. My, but wasn't that nice? Well, what would you like to talk about? Pendants. Although I may be a school teacher, I have a certain flair about me, don't you think? And let me tell you, I love jewelry more than anything else in the world. Ho, and why not? It's not like I can't afford it. Why, I have so much cash, I have my very own Oasis Cabana. No, you do not anymore. But I happen to be after a very particular kind of jewelry. By the way, how is your cabana? Have you been to see it yet? It's next to the Triangle Island south of here, don't forget, dear.
Ma!
My dear, did you bring me joy pendants yet again? How many joy pendants have you brought? 38?
Ma!
My goodness, when I put these together with the ones you've already brought me, they add up to a whopping 59. Oh, thank you, I'm so joyful. To receive so many mountains of these beautiful pendants, I am quite simply brimming with joy, my dear. To thank you, I have to give you my most precious of precious belongings. I shall give you this very special piece of jewelry. Now close your eyes, dear. This item is so rare there is not another like it anywhere in the world. Oh. You got the Hero's Charm. This mystical trinket gives you the ability to see the life forces of your foes. Equip it on the quest status screen. Interesting. That's... Okay, so it's mask-shaped. We have the eyes and the mouth there. But look around the eyes. We have the eye, and then we have 3 triangles above it, and then kind of a bit sticking down, and then I have that twice in there. The the eye with the 3 triangles above it and a bit sticking down is very reminiscent of the Sheikah symbol, which I believe was on like the Mask of Truth and things like that. So, and of course, the Mask of Truth helped us see some additional hidden stuff as well. So, if this is going to help us see some hidden things, it's interesting that it has some connection to the Sheikah, apparently. What do you think? Isn't it dashing? It is the rarest of things, and it will show you its true worth when you wear it in the presence of a monster. For now, just select it on your quest status screen to put it on, and when you do, promise to think of me and treasure it with all your heart. Well, that is actually very... Oh. And of course... Sorry, let me put it on. This mystical charm is able to see an enemy's soul. It will reveal an enemy's life energy when you equip it. So that's how Link looks with it. Okay, so I guess the eye pieces were just like part of its display setting. But I think when we saw her figurine, we saw the these symbols along the bottom of her robe, if I recall correctly. Do you have anything on the back? No, just around the hem. I said looked a little bit Goron-ish, but actually seeing it with the mask here, I'm thinking those could be stylized Sheikah symbols. So I wonder if she has some connection to the Sheikah. Like, could she be one of their descendants? She doesn't mention anything about it, but like, could she be trying to keep it hidden, or could it be that maybe she's their descendant who just kind of got some of the cultural flair from the clothes and things, and doesn't know about their actual heritage. You might also recall the Sheikah. I think the first time we heard about them, I don't think we heard about them earlier, but in Ocarina of Time, Impa was one of the Sheikah, and we're told that the Sheikah had been serving the Hylian royal family, and they have like all these secretive arts and things. Essentially, they're Hylian ninjas. Okay, so it's going to take some getting used to seeing Link with this weird mask on. Do people react differently if I talk to him with this? Hi, we meet again. Okay, yep, she's just saying the same thing as normal. These people don't find it that odd. Anyway, you know that brick building at the top of the steps? Well, the gentleman who lives there has such class. Oh, I know, that mysterious pictographer Lenzo is so dreamy. Oh, he makes my heart go a-flutter. But do you think the rumors could be true? Is he actually devoted to someone special? He just seems too serious about his work to be involved with it. Okay, so they're gossiping about Lenzo as usual. And again, it seems to be hinting that, like, if we can get a picture of Lenzo with the woman he's meeting, that might get a reward or something. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable doing that. So, alright, let's see how much these are. Yes, 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 it is another fine day, is it not? Days like this are best spent shopping. Okay. Okay, so fountain idols, only 60 rupees. Shop guru statues, 200 rupees, but we don't need a lot of those. Now look at me, look at my products. If you're shopping for chit-chat, then we can do that at the reception counter. Okay, I want to see... $75 rupees, 35 rupees. You won't find a flag cheaper than this. Decorate the town in a theme of a big bargain sale. Sickle moon flag. Showy flag in the shape of a crescent moon. Use it to decorate the town with the salute to the night sky. Town flower, 10 rupees. A flower from the town of bright smiles. Use it to decorate the town with joy. The aroma of the sea wafts out of this flower that hails from a faraway land. Use it to adorn the town with a sea breeze. Exotic flower from a tropical island. Trim the town with a summer breeze. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy one of everything. Probably end up just grabbing a bunch of the cheap stuff for filler, but we'll make sure we grab one of everything so we have a little bit of variety. Hero's flag. Oh, looks like your bag is quite full. I can only put a maximum of 3 of my products in your bag. Come back after you use all of them up. Okay, so we have to buy them 3 at a time. Well, so let's see, what do we have? We have flowers. So let's see, I think right here looks like a good place for flowers. We'll, town flower here. And sea flower here, so I mean, you're already looking at the sea, but here you can be surrounded by the sea when you're sitting on this bench. And then maybe the warm summer breeze, the exotic flower, will keep this a little warmer here. Okay, the hero's flag. A flag with a bold feel to it. Use it to cover the town in courage. Salute to the night sky. We have 3 of them. Let's go ahead and put the big sail flag right here. Oh, what's on the flag? We kind of have a little totem of laughing faces. Totem pole of laughing faces. Okay, that's kind of cheerful. We can put night sky here because this is for the cafe that's usually more people are going there at night. Make it seem a little bit more. Now, what's the last one? Courage. Where are we gonna put courage? Stuff out here. Let's put it right in the middle of the gate. I might get a second one just to put. Might put a second one over here. So we're gonna have to put a lot there on top of the gate. Fountain idol, sculpture of mysteriously bubbling water. Use it to cover the town in ocean blue. Okay. Postman statue. What's this? Wooden carving of the postman from Dragon Roost Isle. Use it to populate the town with Ritos. Okay, the pride and joy of all merchants. Decorate the town with me. I think his, if there's one in the auction house, it should definitely go there, because this is where, like, he spends his nights auctioning stuff off. Okay, yeah, look at that. Put his statue in here. Did not realize it was going to rotate like that. Interesting. Maybe we'll get another one for over there, even though they're kind of expensive. Seems like a good place for a fountain. Oh, these ones are more expensive because like the last one spins. This one actually has some water coming out the top. I wonder what the Rito statue is gonna do. Is there a slot down here near the mailbox? No, but there are some on top of the gate. We can have one of those spots for the Rito postman statue, which is right above the post box. Not sure why you can only carry 3 at a time. Let's facing this way. Face the people who are outside of town. Okay, that's flapping its wings a little bit. Remove this from the pedestal and place it in your delivery bag? No. Okay, that's good to know that we can move stuff around if we want. So, but with that, I think we're gonna call it a night. Over the course of the week, I'll scout out the rest of the locations here and kind of plan out how we're gonna do that and make sure we have enough money for it. But I think that should be our next thing. Is we'll get the town all decorated. It's interesting, even just the couple things we have kind of add a little bit of life to the town. It's kind of nice. I'm sure that'll change once we have ones in every pedestal area and the town gets overcrowded with them and it just starts looking ridiculous. But sometimes looking ridiculous is okay. So I should be streaming on Friday. Again, I do have a meeting that's scheduled to go to 7, but it looks like it'll probably get out earlier, so I should be able to start at my normal time, and I'll post on I'll post in the chat if close to 7 if it seems like I'm going to be late. So with that, thank you for dropping in. Have a good week, and see you next time. Bye.